So, as advertised in the last video, I'm going to talk today about the house we built right after we got married in 1974. Incidentally, those of you who are wondering, the app is running. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at the last video. I don't know where it is. You'll find it. Anyway, yeah, so we got married in 74, and I thought right off that, heck, this is a nice place, probably want to come back here someday. So decided to go ahead and build a house. And besides, when we got married, maybe I'll show you a picture sometime if I have a. Anyway, she was living in a bamboo house. They were basically squatting, and Nora, my wife, was working on on the base for friends of mine, and as a house girl, and she did all the cooking and laundry and all of that stuff. And so anyway, I decided after meeting her and visiting her over at my friend Ralph's house for a while, Ralph and Kathy, that gosh, I should probably go ahead and marry her. And there's a picture, I think that'll give you some clue as to what caught my interest initially. It's kind of cute, I thought. So anyway, yeah, we got married. There's a picture of the wedding party there. You see over on the left, there's a bunch of my Navy buddies. Let's see, there's Ralph and Mike and Dave and Tom, and then there's me, and then there's uncle of hers, the top of his head, and then there's you can see Tom Unkefer's glasses, and there's some other people back there. Some of them were my the first Tom with the beard there. He was my best man, and then the others were groomsmen or whatever they are. I don't know. And then there were Nora had Ralph's wife Kathy, who was there, and I think she's wearing yellow. She was her maid of honor, or matron of honor, I guess she would have been, because she was married. But anyway. And then there was Fina and Josie and some kids there for various and sundry parts, and then a bunch of ladies standing back there. They were instrumental in the wedding too, holding different things. I mean, there was veils and ropes and all kinds of stuff. This was done, by the way, in a what do you call it? Philippine Independent Catholic Church. Now, way back when, of course, there was large Muslim influence in the Philippines initially, and down south in particular. And then, of course, Spaniards came by, and they introduced Christianity, in particular Roman Catholicism. So they decided that it'd be okay to ordain some local people to be priests and so forth, and that happened. And then along, gee, I don't have the year. I should have done some research before I started all this whole thing. But anyway, they ordinarily, I think, in the Roman Catholic Church, you become a priest, and then eventually you can work up to the point where you can be a bishop and a archbishop and a cardinal and what have you. And so there was this Filipino priest in particular who thought he was about ready. He should have become a bishop. Well, the Roman Catholic Church sort of chuckled and said, "Well, yeah, I'll accept. Of course, you're a nice fella there, our little brown brother, but you're Filipino, so you can't become a bishop." And he said, "Oh, well, all right, then I'll start my own Catholic church." He probably said that in Tagalog, but anyway, he did. He started his own independent Catholic church, Philippine Independent Catholic Church, and became known as the Igloo Payan Church because he was Father Igloo. So it became the Igloo Payan Church, and so that's where we were married. Anyway, so got married and decided to like to go back there someday, and so then we had this house built. Now this picture was taken probably in 2008, I think, when we went back for one of the first times. And if you notice over on the left there, there's a bamboo fence. That was the original type of fence that we had there. And you'll notice also on the left side of the house there's a blank wall, and at least at that time in this particular municipality of San Antonio, Zambales, they had to, anytime your property or your building butted up against another person's property, you had to have a firewall there. So that's what that is. That side has no doors or windows. It's all just a blank wall. There's another view of the house taken several months later, I think, because at that point we had a different kind of fence put in. You can see it's concrete and well, not quite chicken wire. It's what do you call it? Chain link fence. Sort of an upgrade. That was the plan. There's the porch. Spent a lot of time in that reclined bamboo chair. I think my brother-in-law made that as a high school project one time. Boy, that's comfortable. I spent a lot of time in there. I don't remember all of it because a lot of it I was asleep. But you notice the fence there to the left again, the old fence, and then there's another view of the old fence. And then further on, if you follow the fence along, you come to a small concrete building that became our sari store, which we had for a while. And there it is, all painted up nice and so forth. And you can see the refrigerator in there. That's where we kept our beer and so forth that we sold. Some soft drinks, Coke and Sarsi and what have you. There's a shot of the backyard. Now you notice again, this is an older picture. It's down down towards the back there. You'll see there's a bamboo fence again, and let's see, over where the bicycle's hanging, that's the dirty kitchen, which I think anybody's been to the Philippines knows about. It's not necessarily dirty, it's just sort of an outdoor kitchen that's used more than the indoor kitchen, except of course during the rainy season. And if you notice sort of under the bicycle there, if you look kind of in the back, there's a round white shape. That's the back of a pig. We had a couple of pigs there for a while. And that mango tree is still there, as far as I know. Here we have the same, almost the same shot. You look way in the background there, now you'll see there's a concrete wall all around the whole place. Every place over there, just about, if they're not in a compound, they built a compound around, or walls around their property. We upgraded the dirty kitchen, obviously, and where the pigs were, it's all redone, and at that particular point in time we were storing rice in there. And you see the roof overhead is kind of an overhang, and there's we eat most of our meals out there. Everybody in that picture is pretty much relatives. Let's see. Now, this is taken from in front of the front porch, and there's an old mango tree there that had died and decided it needed to come down. So we hired a couple of fellas to come by, and they'd already been up and taken off all the branches, most of them. And then he'd gone up there to put a rope up there so that when he went to sawing on it, as you can see here, they could help guide it down, although I don't think they needed any guidance. He was awful good with that saw. Now you'll notice that's probably got at least a 4-foot blade on it, and he's well over 4 foot tall himself. But he sure knew what he was doing there. And now you'll also notice in this next picture, it looks as though he's just kind of standing there, but that saw was going full bore at that point. He's just casually guiding it down on down through. And he notice also all the safety equipment they've got there. Yep, they've got their flip-flops and their baseball caps on backwards, so that's safer that way, I guess. Yeah. Okay. And now we're back inside the house, and so this is kind of from a little sort of a balcony area, almost call it balcony. It's a mezzanine floor, more or less, I guess you'd say, and bathrooms off to the far right there, and looking through into the kitchen through that archway, and then the living area is more to the lower left corner of this particular picture. Here's this picture's from the looking into the indoor kitchen, and usually where all those aluminum foil and everything is, there's usually a 2-burner propane stove there. I don't know where it happened to be that day, but we don't use that a lot, but when we need to, we do. Well, here's our bed. Now, some people I know had talked about beds before. In somebody's vlog, they were talking about beds, and this is ours. You can see there's no spring to it. It's just bamboo. After a few weeks, I chickened out, and I got about a 3-inch foam mattress. My wife's quite a lot tougher than I am, and she sleeps right on the bamboo and loves it. She likes a hard surface. This is the front of the Sari store when we had it running. Inside, you can see all the stuff we sell: snacks and candy, and shampoo and soap, and, as I said, beer and hard liquor, and just about everything. There's sardines and fish and vinegar and soy sauce and cigarettes and snacks and just about a little bit of everything. Now, every now and then, of course, in the Philippines, there's an earthquake. And one day, I happened to be snapping a picture of myself. I don't know why, but I was snapping a picture of myself, and earthquake come along right as I snapped that picture. And you can see there was quite a lot of shaking going on. Yeah, it shook things up pretty well that day. Well, I could ramble on for quite some time. I mean, I don't know how many pictures I didn't show you of different things there, but just to give you an idea of our place there in San Antonio, in the province of Zambales. Now, next time we'll be talking about the farm, which is it's about 3 miles off, I guess, from the house, and we'll talk about this next time. But that's a shot of the farm. Some of those buildings aren't there anymore, so we're gonna shut this one down and go on to the next one and see what develops.